Many thanks again to the Ministry of Economic Affairs and Communications and the Estonian Tourist Board for the invitation to speak today. It's a pleasure to be here representing the OECD to highlight the key findings from our report analysing megatrends to better shape the future of tourism, which was developed with the financial support of the European Union. So why has the OECD undertaken this particular work? There's three main reasons. To determine and assess those key megatrends are most likely to significantly impact tourism over the years to 2040, to better enable policymakers and industry to bring unforeseen and emerging issues into the strategic policy agenda and develop potential scenarios and policy responses to respond to these. And also to better assist public and private actors to more generally identify and respond to opportunities and challenges as they arise. Megatrends can be described as those large-scale social, economic, political, environmental and technological changes that can bring new and often unforeseen challenges, threats and opportunities. They are slow to form, but once they take hold, have the potential to transform society in the coming decades. Understanding the potential implications of megatrends for tourism is crucial for both government and industry in order to prepare for the potential changes in the sector. The exact outcomes of these trends are typically uncertain, although it is important that governments are proactive in considering their potential long-term implications and planning for the future through strategic analysis. In order to prepare for megatrends, however, it's first necessary to understand them. The chapter Megatrends Shaping the Future of Tourism was produced in the OECD flagship publication OECD Tourism Trends and Policies 2018, and it contributes to this process by identifying and analysing four key megatrends anticipated to drive change in the sector in the years ahead, namely evolving visitor demand, sustainable tourism growth, enabling technologies, and travel mobility. Evolving visitor demand as a result of changing demographics will transform the way people around the world choose to travel. An expanding global middle class, driven largely by growth in emerging economies, will greatly increase purchasing power for individuals and create new tourism markets. Similarly, population patterns around the world will increase the number of elderly travellers, while emerging tech-savvy generations will become increasingly dominant consumers in the tourism market. Sustainable tourism growth will be key to addressing the potential damaging impacts associated with unchecked tourism development on both the natural environment and on host communities. Tourism is also highly susceptible to the impacts of climate change, and built upon broad stakeholder engagement and sustainable development principles, tourism can play a key role in driving the transition to a low-carbon and resource-efficient economy. Enabling technologies will continue to reshape the way in which people work, travel and do business. The digital economy, automation, artificial intelligence, virtual and augmented reality all have the ability to make travel more affordable, efficient and accessible. At the same time, as people live increasingly digital lives, the opportunity for analogue or natural experiences through travel may become a preferred alternative. Finally, travel mobility, including the ability for people to travel safely and freely across borders, will be a key factor in the success and growth of the sector. Transport has always been a key enabler of international tourism. However, mobility is a complex issue that cuts across transport, border controls, safety and security. These can be highly impacted by external forces such as political turmoil, pandemics or natural disasters, all of which must be considered in tourism management plans and policies to ensure sustainable growth of the sector. The final report, this one right here, was published in November last year with further in-depth analysis. In particular, it provides a range of potential scenarios and policy considerations for each of the four megatrends. It also identifies key areas where governments can take steps to prepare for megatrends more generally. In addition to adopting a forward-looking whole-of-government approach, the key areas identified in the report are modernising regulatory and legislative frameworks and engaging stakeholders in their development and regular review, cultivating partnerships with key stakeholders in order to identify and respond to challenges and opportunities as they arise, and facilitate the process of policy making, which is more cross-cutting than ever. And finally, exploring ways to future-proof tourism policies. This could involve the development of scenarios, or perhaps maintaining a long-term horizon scanning process that identifies weak signals of change that then require closer examination. It's clear, however, that long-term strategies will need to be flexible and adaptive and provide regular feedback mechanisms between government, local community and industry. To summarise, strategic foresight exercises like those undertaken in this activity can help tourism policymakers and industry anticipate alternative futures and inform the development of forward-looking policies. In recognition of this important role, the report also provides 6 guiding principles to help maximise the value of such exercises for governments. They are: utilise existing evidence and projections whilst being agile enough to adapt to emerging realities, prepare for and consider alternative futures when designing policies and programs, take proactive steps to work towards a desired future. Importantly, consider the impacts of policies on future generations and take responsible actions in the present. Engage with diverse stakeholders that represent a range of perspectives and interests. And finally, collaborate internationally to ensure that policies and decisions are globally sustainable. I'll leave it there and just say, if you want to find out more about the report, it's free to download on our website, where we also have a range of other products, or not products, but publications from the OECD Tourism Committee. Thank you very much for your attention.